Hi, welcome to Antique Quest and another episode of Harris & Sons Auctions walkthrough video. And this is for our Summer Spectacular auction, which is ending Thursday, July 25th at 9 o'clock Atlantic time and 8 o'clock Eastern time. Great things to show you today. I'm going to apologize right off the bat for two things. One, all the ticking around here because we bought 32 clocks yesterday and we put a bunch of them in for checking and they're ticking away and dinging away. And secondly, I just did this entire video, took half a day to do it, and the sound wasn't working. So now I'm shooting the whole thing again, and quite honestly, I'm going to go faster than I did the first time because that's a whole day gone. So anyway, I want to show you a lot of things and we're going to move quicker. So first off, I'm going to show you these Le Tenier period swords. They are from 300 to 100 BC. They are Celtic swords. We do have a certificate of authenticity from Sands of Time Antiquities in Texas, and they have given the paperwork for this particular one when he purchased it. We did not find the paperwork for these two swords, which he obviously probably bought that one from them as well. It's the exact same type of sword, but we couldn't find the paperwork. The estate is full, there's paper everywhere. We managed to locate the one for this sword, which is the one that is fused within its scabbard. Now these are in dug condition, came from a long collection in Switzerland to the present owner today. And this is the same sword without a scabbard. And these are museum quality. You don't see these outside of museums for the most part. There's some fantastic details here. You can see the decoration on the hilt, the way the scabbard's put together, and the way it's carried. Of course, the wrapped handle is long gone over the years. Now this particular one was 5,000 US at the time he purchased it. I imagine these are in the thousands as well. This particular one, we're not really sure anything about this one. I haven't been able to locate it. With a little research, I'm sure you can. There is some interesting markings on it. It is sharpened on the inside blade, so it would be for using like so. But again, no paperwork. Didn't have the time or ability to figure out what culture or what time period this is from, but again, an early dug piece. So anyway, this one, these will all go as one lot. They are going to be contained within a wooden crate for shipping purposes, but just superb pieces, really should be in a museum. Let's have a look at what else we have for you. So here we have a fabulous West Coast native silk screen. I'm just holding it down underneath this very unique leather and woven hat. Just a really neat piece there. It's hard for me to see in film. Fabulous big pieces of art pottery here, and this large one over here. Thick handle, sign piece. Information again on each lot in the catalog descriptions. And this as well is signed and numbered by great image. All right, let's start here. We have this beautiful game board, fabulous burled wood, beautiful grain, nice little drawer. Again, real hardwood burl even on the bottom of that. Nice curved front. Great little piece for your chess games. And we have a marvelous Salish native basket here. Beautifully woven, very tight weave. A nice black red design running around, and as well on the handle of the lid. A beautiful Micmac fishing creel, Mi'kmaq, however you want to say it, with a fabulous birch top with these tacks in here. Has a wooden inset piece here. It is broken there from the iron rings that the lid would have swung on. This one's complete if you wanted to restore that and put it back together. Great form though, fabulous patina, great color. Few little spots in the bottom, as is typical with these at this age, but a nice early native one, hard to find. Next here, I hope you can see this. Let me just move that aside. a beautiful mid-17th century English, Welsh carved box, and look at the detail. This is absolutely covered with fabulous pinwheels, deep carving. You've got the rope carved borders. Has the lid. Now it has had some damage over the years. The hinges have been replaced. This one has just broken another little piece off here. The front lock section has been replaced at one point, and as has this behind the lock plate here. Has a little piece of wood replaced there. But the fabulous thing is this drawer in the side. A nice deep drawer with the salmon and early green wash paint on there. Just an incredible, beautiful little box, well worth a full restoration. Again, there's several pieces in this sale that are definitely museum quality, and that there is one of them. So over here we have a Snyder Enfield musket in beautiful condition, nice full wood. That piece is full antique status, so I can ship that to people down in the States. There's no shipping restrictions. You can hang that on your wall. There's nothing illegal about this. It's considered a non-gun by the government at this point, so full antique status on that one. Over here, I'm actually just going to move the camera over a bit. Okay, over here we have a fabulous decoy. Now this decoy is completely made out of copper. It's hollow body, just a fabulous piece. Modeled, I'm sure, after a mason's decoy, but obviously someone that had to make a decoy who was a much better metal worker than a woodworker, and he decided to make this out of copper. It is a working decoy. You see the weight here, the toe line there. I'm sure it would float. It's all dovetailed construction and soldered together. It's just an exceptional piece. Early, beautiful patina all over it, untouched condition. Has a cherry stand made later just for display purposes, but a one of a kind. You're just not going to see another one like that. A fabulous, true piece of folk art. And I'm just going to move it so you can see this next item. Now this is one of my favorite pieces in the sale. It's an incredible early piece found in Liverpool, Nova Scotia. And what it is it's an early mouse trap. So just its form alone is gorgeous. The primitive nature of its construction is fantastic. But what happened was, you see this little remainder of a string here. So these would be tied up on a string, and the string would run down into here, and they would coat the string in a lard or oils or things like that. So when the mouse went in, he would chew on the string. And when he chewed through the string, it would release the block, thus ending his career of food stealing. So a fabulous piece, 5 stations. Obviously they had a lot of mice to deal with. Just a gorgeous form, artistic, sculptural piece. Beautiful, again, original, untouched, colored, a wonderful piece. Next to that we have a Royal Copenhagen, the largest piece we've ever had, titled The Kiss. And it's just beautifully modeled, all signed underneath in the base, and in superb condition. We can't find a single fault with this anywhere. No chips, no cracks, no repairs. Just a gorgeous piece of Royal Copenhagen pottery. Okay. Okay, here we have a World War II era statometer. Now this is basically like a sextant, and it is in a beautiful finger joint box in gorgeous condition with beautiful brass hardware. It has all its extra fittings in here, and I'll just take it out so you can see. So basically like what we consider a sextant, the same work that it did, but called a statometer. Italian made in Milano. Okay. And in here we have a beautiful Italian Latticino glass paperweight, some wonderful opera glasses, a pocket barometer back there, missing its crystal, but that's easily replaced. Cheroot or cigar holders, that's a lot on those. We have a beautiful Japanese cigarette case with sterling silver and gold applique, which makes the image of Mount Fuji there. Some gorgeous Navajo turquoise jewelry. Really nice pieces, good honest early turquoise as well, not reconstituted. Beautiful decoy here. Now this is a Brian Adams, and Brian is an artist that I know in New Brunswick, and the government's actually used one of his paintings on one of their stamps. More well known for his paintings, and I wasn't aware that he actually did decoy carvings earlier on, and that's one of his signed on the bottom. And we have a nice fountain pen in there, some perfume bottles, some sterling candlesticks, a Philippine knife, an interesting compass, and there's a few little bits there I'm going to pull out and show you in a second. And here we have some nice Asian ginger jars with lids, and we're going to get to that ship model in a second too. Okay, a couple things I wanted to bring your attention to. One was this 7 Sutherland Sisters hair growing tonic bottle. It's the only one I've ever had, the only one I've actually ever seen, but the story is fantastic. So this man Sutherland had 7 daughters, and all the daughters had hair below their waist. So he came up with this hair growing tonic, and he sold tons of it throughout the States. And when actually one of the daughters died, he just replaced her and continued to sell his hair growing tonic. So there's a really interesting story behind this bottle, and it's just a funny story that how well these snake oil salesmen actually did their trade, and he was a master at it. That's the one thing I wanted to show you. This is an interesting little thing, and this is for sealing wax. So when bankers would use the old wax seals for documents, that sort of thing, they would have to melt the sealing wax to drip onto the letter before they could put their seal on it. And this is what they use. This is a little lamp. It's very heavy brass, very thickly potted, and it has a wick inside here, which you can see. And so this would come up through the top, and they'd light it. But the idea was, with paperwork and fires being what they were in those days, that this lamp can't get knocked over. So if he were to set it down, and if he used an oil lamp and it fell over and broke, then the whole place would be on fire. Whereas this one, there was no worry. It would always stay upright, so they didn't have to worry about burning everything down. Hard to find. It's surprising. You don't see too many of those. I've only seen about 4 in 30 years. The other thing I wanted to show you here was just these, because you're not going to see them very well online. I'm not sure that's going to capture it here. But for those of you out there that love Canadiana, love really good, honest paint and wear, these 2 little blocks here from Nova Scotia have the most beautiful blue-gray, and again, it shows up much better in person, I'm sure, than on a camera. They're just a fabulous, honest wear with a beautiful paint color. It's just exactly what we want to find on things in the antique trade. Really nice. Much better in person. Now I want to show you this Donald McNary ship model. And this is spectacular. I'm going to take the camera off the stand here. Donald McNary, well known, considered the greatest miniature model shipbuilder of all time. His works are in all the major museums of the world. There's not a whole heck of a lot of them outside of museums. There is in private collections, but he is well known for how beautifully he does these miniature models. Now this is the Royal Yacht series, And my camera can't do it justice because I can only get so close. But this is a waterline model, and it is incredible. I'm going to go around the back of it here. Show you the other side. I'm just taking off the top case there so we can get a better look at it. Let's see if I can get some. But the detail is phenomenal. And for people that collect ship models, this is the top of the food chain. It is just incredible, the detail. It's in superb condition. And this ship is only, I don't know, maybe 5 inches long. So the detail is phenomenal. And if you're wondering what that sound is, it's rain on my tin roof. It's really raining now. But he has had models in this size sell in excess of 100,000 American. It is an incredible piece. It is museum worthy, and it's in superb condition. I'm just going to show you, the only thing is on the case itself, which has this sort of a faux tape to cover the corners of the glass. This piece is missing, and a little bit over here, and a very small piece down there. And that just fits over top, of course. Otherwise, excellent condition, very rare, and a very scarce piece to ever come up for auction. And here we have some folk art. There's a nice Heike Wagner with the rabbits. And right next to it, sorry for the reflections here, is a Fred Trask of Maud Lewis standing in front of her house with her paintbrush dripping. And down here below we have a very large Jerry Milbury, who's a Nova Scotia artist. There's some deer at the water. Sorry it's a little dark. I can't keep up with all the lighting. And there's a matching one over here in a series with the deer again at the waterway. They're quite a large painting actually. As I pull back you'll be able to see it's almost as wide as that table. And there's some decoys I'll show you in a second. A few etchings here. One by Fisk Boyd, a well-known American artist there. Do look these people up. And Kim John, the bridge game. Lovely grumpy character there, playing bridge. And we have a Margaret Zwicker, beautiful watercolor, nice Nova Scotia scene. Probably Peggy's Cove, somewhere on that shore. John Neville etching, and I gotta get out of the way of that. And that's not gonna help me much either. John Neville etching, signed, Lobsterman in the boat. And up top, we have a large, very colorful, nice Dennis Tickle. It's getting pretty bright. Nice Dennis Tickle. And over here, this is a very important piece actually. This is, let me try and lighten that up. This is William Summer, very well listed American artist. You can even find works of his in the Louvre in Paris. And it's sort of a cubist drawing of horses here, sketch drawing, and that was purchased directly from the descendants of him. Now this piece in particular is a Carville, and this is well, not even 2 feet long here, 18 inches or so probably. Measurements of course for all these things are on the website. But this image, when we did some research on this painter and we were looking it up, this actual image popped up. Well, this image popped up as commissioned by the Texas Oil Company. They commissioned Carville to paint one of their ships, and this is believed to be the SS Maine. And the exact image showed up when we were searching it, but it showed up as a 4-foot long oil painting that they commissioned him to do. So this is obviously the sketch. This is 1917. It's on canvas and could previously have been unknown to exist. So this is the spot-on image of the larger work that he was commissioned by the Texas Oil Company to produce. So it was a fabulous find. Very excited to find that one. And like I say, oil on canvas. And we have a McInnes over here. I'll try and keep the camera out of the way. Very well known in Saskatchewan and in the prairies. Well-known artist there. Some original work. And R. Martin. This is an interesting sort of a 70s floral painting. And next to that we have a large George Saunders, beautiful landscape, again, well-known American painter. And up above, a very interesting old oil on canvas, sorry for the shake. And it's signed Weirden. I couldn't find anything out about him. It seems to look like a Dutch oil to me of a shipyard. It has had some damage and repairs. That splits up there and a tear here and there that it's been rebacked and restored. Signed there. Weirden. But a beautiful work. Gorgeous big frame, original frame, no doubt. And down here below we have a very large Sunny Chung, modernist painter. Again, probably dating to the 70s, 60s or 70s, I can't recall. See what you can find on the listings in the catalog. And next to that we have a couple of Frederick Remington. Now these are, if I can stay out of the light, original prints in the original frame. They do have water damage, but the damage seems to be just on the mats, the outer mats, and not on the image itself. So those are original Remington prints. And here we have a beautiful oil painting by Gordon Payne, A-R-C-O-R-C-A. Very well listed artist. It's a beautiful oil of Gloucester, Mass. Morning in 1923. Old dock there. And we have this beautiful ship's painting. Again, kind of dark here. Or kind of light rather. Let me darken it up to where it's supposed to be. Possibly the Blue Nose. Signed what looks like Thurlow or T. Hurlow, one or the other. And this piece we have, which is signed H. Glide on the back, and looks like G. Glide on the front. Can't say if I think that's George Henry Glide, but it's dated 1955. Let me lighten that up too. I don't know why it's not automatically doing it for me. But nicely painted again. Very group style. Okay, and down here we have some scientific equipment, drafting tools, map readers, etc. Some fabulous early block prints. And these are early ones. Very early. I don't know if I can get them in the light no matter what I do here. Very early indeed. Set of 3. And I'll show you inside this. So this is a drafting set, railway engineers, that sort of thing, and it's radial curves. So graduated radius curves. I can open this up. There we go. So just all the graduations, just from these extreme curves, and all marked, all stamped. CD Holland, and you can even see a military broad arrow on that one. But each curve just gradually changing. So used in drafting, engineering, that sort of thing. Anybody that's drawing out plans, early case set here, very hard to come by. The only reason the elastics are on it, in case somebody was to open it up upside down, we wouldn't want them all to fall out and have to start over again, sorting them in order. And from there we have our Heike Wagner paintings, a nice collection of Heikes in the sale, and including this extra large one, which isn't common for her, but she tends to work smaller than that. And we have a fabulous little folk art box here made, and it says Nelly on the front, and just a little showcase or keepsake box, glass on all 4 sides. Really nice cutouts all the way around. Nice piece of folk art. And underneath, a hooked rug with a West Coast native image on it. Never seen that before. But I love it. Now, the whale is great, killer whale. But that's the first one I've seen. Now it has been had another back put on just to keep it better, as the edges, you know, get a little bit of wear and whatnot. But otherwise, great piece. Couple of Mi'kmaq baskets here. Beautiful one with the curls. There's a couple little curls that have damage, but all in all, really good condition. But this one, with the Eye of God there, this, so it's called, is in superb condition. I don't think I've ever had one in this nice a shape before. It's just got very slight wear on the bottom where it was rubbed, but all in all, just a great basket. Great gathering basket there. Nice mid-century print here. Beautiful colors. It's signed in at the bottom, Tanaka as well, number 3475. Interesting image. A few smalls, some receipt clips and chainmail purses and perfume bottles, and another Heike Wagner on a piece of driftwood, and some Folkert ducks down there. Now in here we have a beautiful collection of pocket watches, and that includes a 9-karat gold pocket watch back there, and it includes an Omega pocket watch, an IWC pocket watch, ones with the extra big size pin set with large numbers, and I'm going to get one of those out in a minute and show you the movement on it because it's spectacular. We have some beautiful oriental pieces, including that jade pendant, large pendant with 14 karat gold, 10 karat chain. Some other great pieces, I'll bring some out in a second. Some great men's wristwatches, a Triumph, Bulova Precisionist, accurate to within a few seconds a year. Some Seikos, some Cardinals, Cardinal Alarm, which is scarce. A nice Chinese pot. A Dom France lamp back there. Nice stone knife. Some more jewelry pieces, which are all better to see online. There's much clearer pictures on all of these. And then at the very bottom here we have an interesting Inuit piece. A large wall hanging macrame on a caribou bone. Never seen a macrame piece from them before, but well labeled, made by Canadian Eskimos. Spence Bay with the syllabix, and it has a signature on the caribou bone as well. And that is in mint condition. I don't think it was ever hung anywhere. It's got no soil on it whatsoever. It's just in superb condition. Looks brand new, but obviously wasn't with a label like that. Okay, just a few other smaller things here I wanted to show you a little up close if I can. There's that jade pendant, which I wanted to show you just so you get an idea of the size. It's quite large. And all these butterflies around the edge and the edge work in the center are all 14 karat gold, and the chain is 10 karat gold. Just a beautiful, beautiful Asian piece of jewelry there. And here we have a beautiful, rare seal. So this is a fob seal, but it's all carved in rock crystal with the image of this man's face here. I don't know if you'll be able to see it or not. And this side with an inscription and what looks like a small child pulling hearts out of a tree. And this side is clear, but that was used, like we were talking about earlier, with the banker's seal. And this would hang on a chain, of course, off a gentleman's chatelaine, and they would just press that into the wax to seal the letter. Just a rare little piece, very nice. And just to give you a size comparison, look at the size of this pin set watch. It's gigantic. Sometimes referred to as car clocks, sometimes thought of just for older gentlemen that needed to have something a little easier to see. But you set the hands by setting in the pin. That's why it's a pin set. Pin set lever watch. Good pictures online for all these things too. But this silver cased English pear case pocket watch is fabulous. So there we are. It's inside its another case, which is why it's referred to as a pear case. And what you see in here is the watch paper. And it'll have the watchmaker's name, where he's from, but generally these are repair labels. So, and a lot of these old watches you'll find 2, 3, 4 layered on top of each other. So each time a watch was repaired, that clockmaker would put his watch paper in there. And they just stayed in there, and they're very interesting. And I'm not sure if there's another one under there or not. But if you're careful, you can fish them out. And I've found up to 4 or 5 in ones before. And this one is the watch. Key wind. This is a Fusee movement. So one of the early movements, chain movement. Bullseye crystal. That's exactly right as rain. Probably gold hands on there. And it just opens like so. And this little pin here, I want to show you the movement, because look at the workmanship in that movement. They are spectacular. All this was done with little engraving tools, all hand done, nothing machine at this time, made in London. A gorgeous, gorgeous watch. And surprisingly, I don't know if you can see that chain just inside there. I mean, I can see it, but I don't know whether you'll be able to see it. But that's the drive. So the term overwound, really, I'm sure this is where it had its starting point, was with Fusee chain drive watches. If you overwind them, that chain would stretch or break, thus causing the term "don't overwind your watch." Today it's pretty impossible to overwind most watches, but back in the day it was quite common that could happen. So you want to be very careful with this, because this is actually a working example. And I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but there's this great gruesome little face here at the bottom of the balance cock. Almost like a north wind face. I'll just keep moving it around and hope that the camera might focus on it so you can see it. Let me see if I can help you out. There we go. That should help a little. Just incredible. But this smallest bit of detail similar to this found in a new wristwatch, for example, and they will go on and on and on about the beautiful movement and the skill that's used. It doesn't even come close to comparing to movements of this age. You know, they all had gorgeous movements back then. They took a great deal of pride in creating this beautiful, wonderful thing. So this is a great watch. Look at the dial. It's almost flawless. No cracks. Like I say, gold hands, original bullseye glass on there, and its original case with the key and working. Unbelievable. Great early English watch. A fabulous pair of scissors, such as I've never seen before. Just incredible detail. Look at this scabbard for it. We have the faces down at the bottom here. You have a Roman soldier in a arch. Wonderful border. Probably a spot where you would put your initials. Again, might have hung from a lady's chatelaine. Another mask at the bottom there. German made, just marked Germany, of course pre-war. And wonderful masks on the edges of the handles here. Just great little faces. Just a really, the best pair of scissors I think I've ever had, as far as just how beautiful they are, how over the top they are. And scissors would make a fantastic collection. There's so many varieties of scissors out there. Interesting things too. I mean, I've got some early blacksmith made shears in the house and things like that. Just an interesting collection for anybody who's looking to start a collection that's a little different from everybody else. We have this beautiful Guanyin bronze. I'll just adjust the camera a bit, get her whole head in there if I can. Oh, wrong one. And this is an early one too. Really nice detail, especially in the baby's face. Like his full face is done there. It's not just a, you know, a blob like you find in the reproduction ones. Beautiful color, great patina. Again, a fabulous character seal on the bottom. Now I'm not sure if this one was hollowed out originally and they put prayers sometimes inside before they seal them up like this. But a really, really nice little bronze model Guanyin. And last but not least, our little ivory Buddha. Let me see if I can adjust again. Give us just a little more darkness to compensate for the white. He's ivory, all carved in ivory, signed on the bottom. We have a signature there. Nice age. You can see the coloring starting to show in the ivory, so this one is an older one. But even things like this, look at the scroll that he's holding. You can see the layers of the paper. All his teeth are done. Tiny, tiny, tiny little teeth in there. All done, little eyeballs. Even the nails on his toes here are done. But look at the folds in the garment. This is just the Japanese were masters of ivory carving. Look at the detail. It's just phenomenal. And this carved wooden base, an exact fit. I mean, you couldn't get more exact. You know, his toes, his bag, everything, it's just cut to fit exactly. Nice little hand carved wooden stand. Just a wonderful, wonderful item. So folks, I think that covers it. Sorry the other one was longer and much more detailed, but I can't do all these things twice, and if this one doesn't work out, you're not getting a movie. But hopefully that worked. Hopefully it gives you a little size comparisons, and you can go on the catalog. Like I say, www.harrisandsonsauctions.com. And you can link off that to our high bid site. There's full descriptions. Just make sure you scroll down, read all the descriptions. A few shipping things to worry about. Things like ivory, of course, we don't ship outside the country. Anything with bones like antlers and things like that. So just look, if it says, it'll have a note in the bottom of the description saying shipping inside Canada only. But other than that, everything should be there. If you have any questions, please shoot us an email, give us a call, and we'll help you out. Ends this Thursday night at 9 o'clock Atlantic time on July 25th. Thanks very much for watching. You have a great day. Bye-bye.